Past 28. I warned you. Rajati was biting her teeth and said it, simultaneously turning dosa upside down on the pan. I was standing inside her kitchen, resting myself on the wall and listening to her. Her elder daughter was also standing along with us. See what has happened finally. She is allowed with that bummer. What a shame to her family. Saying which she was concentrating on the cooking job as well perfectly. I didn't open my mouth as I never had a concurrent frequency with her. She might have been a well-wisher of her family in general, but I personally felt that her approach towards that was inhumane. Adding to that, now you all are planning to get Geeta married to that politician, huh? She glimpsed my face amidst grinding chutney while saying this. I just kept quiet. Switching off the mixer grinder, Rajati came near me and said, I want to tell you one thing. Promise me that you will not say to anyone that I disclosed this secret to you. What is she trying to stir? I was thinking with her. I nodded my head as a promise. She came further close to me and mumbled, Lakshmi and Jay Kumar are having affair. What nonsense! What the hell this pig is talking about? What is she finally trying to do with her family? I got much angry when she delivered it to me. What do you say, auntie? I frowned. You don't have any idea about it. I know everything. Listen. She went to the stove, switched it off, and again came near me and continued it. I want to ask you some question. Answer me honestly. You had warned Lakshmi about Geeta's love, hadn't you? She asked it determinedly. I nodded my head. Why then Lakshmi bother about it? She asked it. I kept quiet. Okay, now, what do you think could be the reason she recommends Jay Kumar to marry Geeta? Again, I kept quiet. Can't you understand that Lakshmi wants Jay Kumar in her house permanently? She stressed on the words. Can't you understand that she had been waiting for Geeta's yellow pen? I wrinkled my forehead. Can't you add up all these plus and minus and conclude that Lakshmi is in affair with that animal? She gave some moment for me to think. After a few seconds, she resumed. That is why I called Ganesh and informed about all this. He's on the way now. I'm planning of calling Raman as well. These guys are Lakshmi's brothers. They are the ones to deserve marrying Geeta, not this cruel politician. Are you understanding my point? She was in her best to confuse me. Yes, I was confused. She wanted that. Ganesh and Raman are illiterates. How can there be perfect matches for Geeta? But I couldn't ask this to Rajati. She would start speaking about Geeta's current value then. She would definitely degrade Geeta to very lower status. So I just kept quiet. I'm saying this to you because I carry your family. Finally, she said it. After a few minutes, I said bye to all and came to the entrance of their house while Rajati was walking all the way to the entrance to send me off. I wore my footwear. Don't forget everything. You must cancel this marriage. Arrange Ganesh or Raman as a groom. She did her final summary. Auntie, thanks for your help. But I have a doubt. You said you love our family a lot for which you are doing all this. You are having your son who is in my age. Why can't you come forward to give your son to marry Geeta instead of kindling Ganesh and Raman? She was angrily staring at me while I had started walking to my home. That day, when I returned home from Rajati's house, I had enormous confusions. My head was about to break, but when I tried to dig out and scrutiny all the facts from whatever she had told, I wondered how far the things were tangible and hypothetical. I walked into the kitchen to have some water. Lakshmi was busy with cooking. Drinking the water, I glanced my mom, her face, her patience in work, and her everlasting kitchen arrest. I immediately went to my bedroom with uncontrollable agony and locked myself inside. I wanted some sleep, just wanted to switch off my brain. Before closing my eyes, I decided one thing very clearly. This Rajati is an evil spirit lady. Please never believe her words. She may be wishing to stop the marriage for the affection towards her brother, but what she's doing with a small boy is just too much. Everything she put forth was just hypothetical, so just erase it from my brain. I shift deleted my meeting with Rajati. After 1 month, one fine evening, our phone was ringing. Saranya attended the call. Hello? Hi, Auntie. 1 minute. Suddenly I kept the receiver down and went to call Veera. In few seconds, Veera picked up the receiver and said, yes, Raji. The next few seconds, he didn't say anything. Then he replied, alright, I'm coming now. I'll be there in 30 minutes. That night, 8:30 p.m., Veera entered home with the fury of a tiger. I was in my bedroom. He came straight to me. Come with me, he said, and started walking fast out of my bedroom. I followed him. He led me to our terrace. It was on third floor. Sit down. He pointed out the chair in front of him. I did. We both were sitting, facing each. He started after a few seconds. Did you meet your aunt? Slowly I said, yes. He kept quiet for some time, bent forward towards me and whispered in lowered voice, shall we throw away this prostitute? We don't need her in our family. I understood where he was coming to. I kept quiet and stunned. You are the eldest son. I am the head of the family. We both must decide what our family requires. What do you say? He was looking into my eyes so keenly. We don't need such a slut. I will leave her in some homage or orphanage or at least with her old mom living in the village, whatever. But we should not have her in our family. What do you say? In my family, I was more affectionate towards my mom. When Veera spoke like this, immediately I cried. No, it was not a cry. It was a burst. I cannot live without my mom. I don't know about my other siblings. I don't know however my mom is, but I cannot live without her. Saying which I stepped down, wiping off my tears. You are now 21-year-old guy. Don't behave like a kid. You can take your own decision. You are a major now. Don't think of asking permission from your dad for everything. Come on, take this, said Jaykumar, holding a beer bottle in his hand. By this time, Geeta had become normal from all the calamities happened earlier. She had understood that by then her life was not at all in her hand. Veera had already finalized her marriage without any single word of consent from her. She didn't even know if she could live with Jaykumar. She could not fit herself in the lifestyle of Jaykumar's village-type family. But one thing she had confirmed to herself was that she just wanted to move along with the life. That was the coolest and practical part of Geeta's bravery. Yes, come on, take this. Jaykumar gave that beer bottle to me. I didn't know how he found out that I had been waiting to try beer for a long time. I was very well knowing that if Veera would come to know about this, he would definitely bury me alive. But rather than the scare I had on Veera, the desire I had on beer overtook. On seeing that bottle, I swallowed my saliva. Yummy! I have heard a lot about drinking beer from my buddies. I must try this time. This may be the opportunity that God had given for me to drink. My imagination was flying in various directions. Jaykumar gave that beer bottle and left. Nobody was there in my home except me and Geeta. I too! Geeta was jumping. Shut up! You must not drink. You're a girl, I said. You shut up, Mr. Stereotype. I am not a Madurai girl to be a goddess. I am rowdy. I want! She screamed. Shh! I kept my forefinger on my lips and said, Yeruma Mad, keep quiet. She stood quiet. Alright. I went close to her and said, listen, even this is the first time for me. Promise me that you should not tell to anyone. I opened my palm and showed out to her. She saw my palm and grinned. You weren't asking me to promise. You are the one who knows a lot of my secrets. Did I ask any promise from you? Coward, my brother. She laughed like a devil. I put my hand down and gawked at her for a while. She stopped laughing and looked at me like an innocent girl. I understood those were her pranks. Velu must have got attracted towards her. Alright, come on. Let's have our first drink. Let me go and get 2 glasses. I said and went inside the kitchen, opened the cabinet, took 2 glass tumblers, came out to our bedroom and got shocked on seeing that Geeta was drinking beer straight from the bottle. Oi! I shouted. She kept that bottle down on the teapot in grimacing expression and said, Yuck, man, it's really yuck. You will also say the same, you will never like it. She ran to the wash basin and did few gargles. She came to the bedroom with a sigh and said, That's all. My desire is done with this sip. I will never touch it in my life again. Wow, that was the special character of Geeta. I think I don't need to explain that more. In next few minutes, I patiently sit myself with that beer and started taking it sip by sip. Yes, Gita was right. It was really yuck. I took pulled my face first time, but unlike Gita, I didn't leave it. It was my ambition. The first thing I did after my first sip was noting down the time and date in my diary, 12:20 p.m., 15th April 2001, Sunday. Gita was sitting in front of me as a company till I finished that full bottle, and she was laughing a lot on hearing my blather in that booze. I really had reached high. I could not stand up. I tried, but I felt the whole world was rotating. I saw three Gitas laughing in front of me. I too laughed without any reason in that booze. Gita helped me clearing up all the stuff from the bedroom before Lakshmi would come from the temple. I just slept quietly. The last thing I noted before I went unconscious was Gita switching on the air conditioner and sprayed room spray. A voice was waking me up from 1 kilometer away, and slowly that voice was recognized as Lakshmi's, and after a few seconds it was heard very nearer. I opened my eyes. How long should I wake you up? Get up, get up. Why this asleep in daytime, huh? Lakshmi switched off the fan and air conditioner and went out. I held my head and got up. Slowly, I walked to the mirror and saw my face. Wow, I looked so handsome. I pinched my cheeks. First thing I did was I took my diary to write this entire experience of my first time beer. The next weekend, I'd been home from Ramanathapuram. That was a Friday night. I didn't even remove my footwear to enter into my house when Veera plucked my collar tightly and held me towards him and said, "You mofo." My face and my nose were on his. He continued it and whispered, "Keep your bag down." I dropped it down. "Follow me." He took me to terrace. Again? Oh Jesus, what this time? He wants to throw away Gita to orphanage? Thinking which, I followed him and reached the terrace. "Sit down," he said. Again the same face-to-face BBC meeting. Oh God, I was wondering what he was going to stir this time. He took something from his bag and kept it in front of me, and that was my diary. He opened the pages and showed the date 15th April 2001 Sunday. The page was saying, "Wow, what an experience. First time drinking beer in my life," and some blah blahs. That was the moment I felt like I had a big bang on my head. I could see the broken pieces of my head shattered all over the terrace. The next half an hour was a puja for me, and due to censorship, I could not script down the conversation went on there. Veera was using every filthy word on me. Actually, that was not a conversation but a monologue. I was all a receptacle. First, I was very angry why this man was touching my diary. I thought, why was he not having a little bit of decency? Then I knocked my own head and mistake. That was a daily diary which I left in my home and went to Ramanathapuram for 1 week. That was my style of writing, daily diary. After that day, Veera's anger on Jaikumar doubled and kept on growing day by day. This book would not be sufficient to pin down the problems our family faced after Rajati's propagation. From that day on, Veera had stopped eating in our home, not even water. He didn't want to take food prepared by Lakshmi. When asked why, he had said to our neighbors that Lakshmi might try to add poison to murder him. I don't even know in what category I must add this nonsense. Anyways, he continued it from the day of his meeting with Rajati. And I told Lakshmi not to worry about Veera for eating outside. Why are the couples complicating their lives? This is one of the problems between husbands and wives in India. Why is marriage a tangled complexity in India sometimes? Tomorrow I'm going to get married. The first thing I will talk to my wife is this. Listen, darling, we both are from now on husband and wife. Fine, but I personally feel that it's not as attached as we have been witnessing so far in our world. I want to continue our relationship just like roommates. We shall share everything every day. We shall be the best friends and partners throughout. But I want to make it very clear that we must have a nice distance between us, and I really want to maintain that distance throughout our life. I don't bother how much you earn. I will never get jealous on that. I will never order you to surrender your salary every month to me or to my mom either, as every Indian marriage insists on the bride. You can have your own privacy with your finance. When we both face financial problems, let's tackle it together with our money. This is how roommates do. We shall have kids. Let's grow them happily. Let's give all the freedom to them. Let them select their lives on their own decision. We'll just guide them in proper direction but never impose our desires onto their head. Alright? Okay, I want to talk another important thing. Sex. This may be very strange to hear from a husband. No husband in this world would have spoken about sex in this perspective to his wife. But I want your cooperation in understanding my point. I'm not forcing it, but I feel my point is valid. Listen. I personally feel sex is just a thirst. It has nothing to do with infidelity, nor with deception, nor with traitorous. Just nothing. It is as simple as eating, drinking, and urinating. I don't understand why humans have associated sex with the loyalty and holiness. Sex can never be considered a holy thing in my personal perspective. So this marriage bond of ours has nothing to do with any constraint on our sexual desires. If you feel a desire on anybody else, what's wrong in that? You can have sex with that person. I will never mind. Frankly, I will never bother about it because I'm very clear about what sex is. Why must sex be converged to one particular human? Sex is just an instrument to quench our desires and to breed our species. I'll never feel possessive and tight-fisted on all your desires and will never create problems regarding that. If you have any problem with this perspective, you can tell me. Otherwise, hi, welcome to my world. This may be very weird to read and accept, but I feel I have the right to put forth my point of view.